Meet Frank. He's a sensitive new age fry. Frank is loved all around the world. He's hot, crisp and golden, with a slight sheen and a fluffy just baked texture on the inside. He has a great taste. Frank simply doesn't do oily. He never leaves a greasy aftertaste and is hugely popular with our customers. So it's not surprising that we receive more feedback on our fries than any other menu item. You may not know it, but there are more than 100 quality evaluations on Frank, from potato seed through to finished product inspection. Frank's success is ultimately a result of your special care, our dedicated staff. If it wasn't for you, our world-famous French fries simply wouldn't reach our doting customers in the way that they have come to love and expect. Let's follow Frank and his fellow fries on their journey to your customer's tray. Frank is fragile. To keep him tasting and looking great, there are 2 things you need to do when storing and handling him until he's lowered into the hot oil. Keep him frozen. And don't drop him. When thawed, Frank absorbs more oil, making him greasy and limp. If he was thawed and then frozen again before cooking, Frank will clump together with all the other fries. If you try to separate them before you cook them, they will break. And you guessed it, that means short, greasy fries. Rough handling of Frank will cause him to break. So handling him and his family with care is of the utmost importance. When fries break, they expose the inside of the fry and allow more oil to be absorbed during cooking, resulting in less moist and more greasy fries. Here are some do's and don'ts to follow for loading Frank into the dispenser to make sure he stays frozen until he's ready to cook. Only load enough fries for the next 30 minutes. Make sure to cushion the bag and gently load the frozen product into the dispenser. Don't dump it. Don't overload the dispenser. Never return basketed fries to the dispenser hopper. If you find ice in the packaging, discard the product. Similarly, discard any product that has been damaged. And finally, set the basket load weight to an appropriate level to match the demand for fries. It is better to cook less more often to ensure you always serve fresh, hot fries. The moment has arrived. It's time to fry. Right temperature and the right time helps to ensure Frank is perfect every time. Make sure the fry temperature is set at 168 degrees Celsius and cooking time is 3 minutes. When the duty timer beeps after 30 seconds, you must shake the fries. This makes sure they don't stick together. Always monitor production levels and cook less product more often. Never put 2 baskets of uncooked fries in the same vat at once. You need to wait at least 30 seconds before lowering a second basket so the oil temperature can recover, or use a different vat. Once they are cooked to perfection, carefully lift the basket out of the vat and tilt it to one side. Let the oil drain from the basket back into the vat for 5 to 10 seconds. Then give them a gentle shake and tip them into the dump tray. Don't allow the basket to hang over the vat because heat from the vat can make the fries limp and greasy and allows oil to absorb so the salt doesn't stick as well. Don't mix them with the old ones. Remember, first in, first out. Activate your fry timer, salt them immediately using the AccuSalt dispenser, then mix them gently. Salt doesn't stick as well if they're not salted immediately. It's the moment of truth. Just think of Frank, hot, crisp, properly salted and golden brown with a slight sheen. His core should be tasty with a fluffy baked potato texture and good potato flavour. There should be no oily aftertaste and no greasy feeling left in your mouth. But we're not quite out of danger yet. Frank stays hotter in the dump tray than he does on the ribbon. Never use the first 2 rows of the fry ribbon because they don't get enough heat from the heat lamps. Once cooked, Frank has a holding time of 7 minutes. That's why the timer will sound 7 minutes after each batch goes into the tray. Lastly, when you're bagging Frank, treat him carefully. Don't shove him in, and make sure your customers get a full bag or box of hot fries. You might think that this is it. We've followed the humble potato from farm to customer. But we need to discuss the oil you cook in. There are 6 enemies of oil: carbon, air, salt, heat, water, and soap. So here are some hot oil tips to keep the quality of fries at their best. Skim all vats at least every 30 minutes. This removes crumbs and small potato pieces. Cover unused vats. This keeps out the air and saves power. Top off all vats to the fill line. This ensures proper cooking. Filter the oil twice daily to prevent and remove carbon. Rinse and dry baskets and the fryer after cleaning. This keeps out soap, and water is extremely dangerous when mixed with oil. Keep salt away from the vats. It degrades the oil. If you're not sure how to do something, talk to your manager or crew trainer. Now you have the tools and knowledge to do this each and every day, and your customers will love you for it. We know that during the busy times, there'll be a temptation to rush and be rough on Frank by throwing him around. That's natural when you're under pressure. But Frank has come a long way to make it to your restaurant, and we ask that you do it properly every time. Doing the job right will only take a few seconds extra, and you'll be giving our customers the very best of Frank every time. So there you have it, the story of Frank, and how you, Frank's hero, can make every batch of fries you serve the taste sensation that is loved the world over.